Little Fox.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 1, The New Queen. Once upon a time, there was a young princess. Her name was Snow White. She had white skin, red cheeks, and black hair. Snow White's mother died long ago. So Snow White lived alone with her father. They were very happy together. Then one day, the king fell in love. Soon the kingdom had a new queen. And Snow White had a new mother. Snow White tried to play with her new stepmother. "Go away!" The queen slammed her bedroom door. Alone, the queen looked into her magic mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall," she asked, "who is the fairest of them all?"
My lady,
the mirror said,
you are the fairest woman in the kingdom.
Years passed, and Snow White grew up. She often walked through the village.
Sing a song of sixpence a pocket.
She sang songs with children.
20 blackbirds baked in a pie.
She gave food to poor people.
The birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty day?
Everyone loved the young princess.
Snow White is so beautiful,
A woman said.
I wish I could marry her.
A man said. But the queen didn't like Snow White. She never spent time with the girl. Instead, she talked to her mirror. "Mirror, I'm the most beautiful woman, right?"
My lady,
the mirror said.
you are indeed quite fair. But now there's someone more beautiful.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 2, The Hunter.
What?
The queen shouted at her mirror.
Who is more beautiful than I am?
Snow White, my lady.
The mirror said. The queen was very angry.
Everyone says Snow White is so pretty. She's so nice, so perfect. Well, they will stop saying it soon.
That night, the queen met a hunter in the village. He carried an axe. The queen whispered in his ear. Then she slipped some gold coins into his hand. The next day, Snow White walked through the village. A stranger grabbed her.
Let me go!
Snow White cried. It was the hunter. He threw Snow White onto a horse.
Yah!
He cried as he jumped on. The horse reached a dark forest. Snow White saw black, tangled branches. Then, something else caught her eye. An axe hung from the hunter's belt. Snow White gulped.
Please, sir, let me go. I haven't done anything wrong.
Tears slipped down her cheeks. The hunter sighed and stopped the horse.
You poor child.
He said.
Go, but don't ever return home. The Queen wants you dead.
Snow White gasped.
Why?
It doesn't matter.
The hunter said.
Just go!
Snow White disappeared among the trees.
Poor Snow White.
The hunter thought.
She will never survive in this forest.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 3, The Dark Forest. Snow White ran deep into the forest. Branches pulled her hair. Thorns scratched her arms and hands. Snow White climbed over rocks and tree roots. At last, she stopped to rest.
How big is this forest?
Snow White said.
I've walked for hours. Now I'm lost and it's getting late.
Dark shadows stretched across the forest floor. A chilly wind shook tree branches. Dead leaves blew through the air.
I must find shelter.
Snow White said. She looked around.
But where?
Snap! Snow White held her breath. She stared into the darkness. Was the hunter coming back for her? Snow White ran. Branches hit her face. Her foot caught a tree root. Snow White tumbled down a hill. When she sat up, she saw a pair of eyes.
A wolf!
She thought. Growling, the wolf stepped closer. The wolf looked deep into Snow White's eyes. Suddenly, the wolf's face changed. The wolf wagged its tail and then ran off.
That was strange.
Snow White thought. As Snow White stood up, she saw something. A faint light twinkled through the trees. Snow White gasped.
I see a house!
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 4, 7 of Everything. Snow White hurried to the house. She was shivering with cold. A stack of firewood sat by the door. In the window, a candle burned brightly. Snow White bent low to knock on a tiny door.
Hello? Is anyone home?
She called. Snow White pushed the door open. A fire crackled in a fireplace. The room felt warm and cozy. There was a long, low table. Snow White thought.
7 plates of food, 7 forks, 7 spoons, and 7 mugs.
Snow White scratched her head.
There's 7 of everything, and it's all so small.
Seeing the food made Snow White hungry. She ate from a plate. She drank from a mug. Then she moved to the next plate and mug. Snow White made her way around the entire table. Then she yawned.
I'm so tired.
In another room, Snow White found 7 small beds.
I could sleep forever.
She mumbled. She lay down on one of the beds.
Ooh, too lumpy.
Snow White said. The second bed was too firm. She made her way through all the beds. Finally, Snow White found the perfect bed. She snuggled under the blanket. Then she drifted off to sleep. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Episode 5, 7 Dwarfs. Seven dwarfs stomped into the house. Picks and bags fell to the floor.
Phew!
One dwarf said.
Working in the mines is hard work. I'm starving.
Me too.
The second dwarf said. The third dwarf nodded.
And me.
The dwarfs sat down at the table. The fourth dwarf stared at his plate.
Where's my dinner?
The other dwarfs looked at their plates. There were 7 gasps. The fifth dwarf jumped out of his chair.
Somebody robbed us.
The 7 dwarfs looked under furniture. They peeked inside the cupboard.
I don't see anyone,
The sixth dwarf said.
and nothing else is missing.
Next, the dwarfs searched their dark bedroom.
Ouch! Who stepped on my foot?
Sorry, Oof!
Pardon me.
The seventh dwarf said.
Someone is sleeping in my bed.
He held out a candle. The 6 other dwarfs hurried over. They peered at Snow White.
She's beautiful.
One said.
Should we wake her?
Another asked. The first dwarf shook his head.
Let her sleep.
The 7th dwarf looked around.
But I don't have a bed.
The first dwarf shrugged.
We have 6 other beds. You can sleep in each one for an hour. Okay.
The 7th dwarf mumbled. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 6, New Friends. The next morning, Snow White woke up. 7 faces stared at her.
Oh my!
She sat up.
We won't hurt you.
The first dwarf said.
What's your name?
Snow White.
She said.
My name is Dar.
The dwarf said. He introduced the other dwarfs.
This is Mar, Par, Gar, Zar, Yar, and Star.
All the dwarfs stared at Snow White.
Where are you from?
Mar asked.
Do you have a family?
Par asked. Snow White told the dwarfs her story. Gar bit his lip.
I never liked the new queen.
Zar nodded.
She's awful.
The worst.
Yar said. A tear fell from Star's eye.
That's the saddest story ever. Snow White, please stay here with us.
Snow White smiled.
That sounds wonderful.
We have to be careful.
Dar said.
The queen must not learn that you're alive.
The dwarfs got ready for work.
We'll be back after dark.
Dar said.
Don't let anyone in.
Okay.
Snow White promised. Snow White spent the day cleaning the house. By sunset, soup was cooking on the stove. Snow White smiled.
My new friends will be home soon.
Meanwhile, the queen was standing in front of her mirror. She laughed loudly. Now, I'm the most beautiful woman in the kingdom. Right, mirror?
No, my lady.
The mirror said.
There is someone 1,000 times more beautiful.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 7, The Coat.
My lady,
The mirror said.
Snow White is the most beautiful woman in the kingdom.
The queen gritted her teeth. Oh no, she's still alive? The next morning, the dwarfs left for the mines. Dar waved goodbye to Snow White.
Remember,
He called.
don't let anyone in.
Snow White was washing dishes.
Clothes for sale.
A voice called.
Lovely, beautiful clothes.
Snow White went to the window. An old woman was walking by. She pulled a small wagon loaded with chests.
Hello, miss.
The woman said.
Would you like to buy something?
Snow White remembered Dar's warning.
No, thank you.
She said. The woman pulled a fancy coat out of a chest. She stepped toward the house.
This coat matches your hair.
She said. Snow White gazed at the beautiful coat. The woman stepped closer.
Just try it on.
She said.
There's no harm in that.
Snow White bit her lip.
Well, okay.
The woman smiled. She held up the coat for Snow White. Snow White put one arm through. She put her other arm through. Suddenly, the coat grew tight. It squeezed her entire body.
Ah!
Snow White cried.
I can't breathe.
The woman laughed.
Goodbye, Snow White.
Then poof, the woman vanished. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 8, A Dark House. The dwarfs stepped out of the mine. Dar wiped his forehead.
Phew!
Mar rubbed his belly.
I hope Snow White made a hot dinner.
Snow White is wonderful.
Par said.
Why was the queen so nasty to her? I don't understand.
Gar bit his lip.
I never liked the new queen.
Czar nodded.
She's awful.
The worst!
Yar said. A tear fell from Star's eye. Dar patted Star on the shoulder.
Don't worry, Star. Snow White is safe with us.
The dwarfs sang as they walked.
Yo-ho, we are the seven dwarfs. Hey, hey, we work in mines and then go back home again.
But when they got home, the house was dark.
There's no fire.
Dar said. Mar sniffed.
I don't smell dinner.
The dwarfs rushed into the house. They gasped. Snow White lay on the floor.
She's not breathing.
Par said.
Get that coat off of her!
Gar said. Czar and Yar ripped off the coat's buttons. Star yanked at the sleeves. Snow White was free. She opened her eyes.
I'm so happy to see you all.
What happened?
Dar asked. Snow White told them about the old woman.
It must have been the queen.
Dar said. Meanwhile, the queen stood before her mirror.
My lady,
The mirror said.
Snow White is still alive and still beautiful.
The queen screamed. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 8, A Dark House. The dwarfs stepped out of the mine. Dar wiped his forehead.
Phew!
Mar rubbed his belly.
I hope Snow White made a hot dinner.
Snow White is wonderful.
Par said.
Why was the queen so nasty to her? I don't understand.
Gar bit his lip.
I never liked the new queen.
Czar nodded.
She's awful.
The worst!
Yar said. A tear fell from Star's eye. Dar patted Star on the shoulder.
Don't worry, Star. Snow White is safe with us.
The dwarfs sang as they walked.
Yo-ho, we are the seven dwarfs. Hey, hey, we work in mines and then go back home again.
But when they got home, the house was dark.
There's no fire.
Dar said. Mar sniffed.
I don't smell dinner.
The dwarfs rushed into the house. They gasped. Snow White lay on the floor.
She's not breathing.
Par said.
Get that coat off of her!
Gar said. Czar and Yar ripped off the coat's buttons. Star yanked at the sleeves. Snow White was free. She opened her eyes.
I'm so happy to see you all.
What happened?
Dar asked. Snow White told them about the old woman.
It must have been the queen.
Dar said. Meanwhile, the queen stood before her mirror.
My lady,
The mirror said.
Snow White is still alive and still beautiful.
The queen screamed. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Episode 9, The Comb.
Remember, Snow White,
Dar said.
don't let anyone in.
I won't.
Snow White said. Snow White swept. Then she sat down with a book. Knock, knock. Snow White jumped up.
Who is it?
Snow White asked.
Just an old woman.
The person said. Snow White peeked outside. She saw a woman with a long nose. Snow White thought.
She's not the woman from yesterday.
Please buy a comb.
The woman said.
I need money for food.
Oh, you're hungry?
Snow White felt sad.
Come in.
She said. The woman handed a comb to Snow White.
It's lovely.
Snow White said. Snow White ran the comb through her hair. She fell to the floor. The woman laughed.
Goodbye, Snow White.
The dwarfs arrived home. Snow White lay on the floor very still.
Oh no!
Dar cried. The dwarfs tried to wake her up.
Is she dead?
Mar asked. Star wiped a tear from his eye.
What's this?
Par asked. He pulled a comb from Snow White's hair. The princess woke up.
That comb must be poisoned.
Dar said. Zar made a fist.
The queen did this.
Yar made a fist.
She's the worst!
At the castle, a servant passed the queen's room. From inside, he heard a terrible shout. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Episode 10, The Apple. The queen stomped her foot. She threw her hairbrush and screamed. Duh! I hate Snow White! The queen took a deep breath. I need a plan. She paced back and forth across the room. Then she stopped. I know! I will create a poison apple. Snow White sat by her window.
Apples for sale.
A woman shouted.
Wonderful, delicious apples.
That must be the queen again.
Snow White thought.
Hello, dear.
The woman approached Snow White.
Do you want to buy an apple?
Snow White frowned.
No, thank you.
She said.
Are you sure?
The woman held up an apple.
This one looks delicious.
She held the apple closer to Snow White. Snow White's eyes went wide.
What a beautiful apple.
She thought. It was bright red. Light seemed to sparkle around it.
I must not trust this woman.
Snow White thought. But the apple looked so delicious. The woman smiled.
Try it, dear.
Snow White gazed at the apple.
Just one bite.
She murmured. Snow White's teeth sank deep into the apple. Everything went dark. Mirror, the queen snapped. Who is the most beautiful woman in the land?
My lady,
The mirror sounded sad.
you are.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Episode 11, The Glass Coffin. That night, the dwarfs arrived home late. Once again, the house was dark. Snow White lay on the floor without moving.
Oh no!
Dar cried. The dwarfs shook Snow White. They shouted her name. But she didn't wake up. Dar gulped.
Snow White is dead.
When the sun rose, the 7 dwarfs were still crying. The dwarfs built a glass coffin. They made a bed of flowers inside. Gently, they laid Snow White in the coffin. They set the coffin outside among the trees. The sun shined down on her. Inside her coffin, Snow White was still beautiful.
It's strange.
Czar said.
She doesn't look quite dead.
Yar nodded.
It looks like she's sleeping.
Star wiped a tear from his eye. Animals gathered around the coffin. Everyone in the forest was very sad. Birds sang sweet songs. One day, a prince was traveling through the forest. He hummed softly as he rode along. The prince passed a small house. He saw a dwarf resting on a glass coffin.
How odd.
The prince got down from his horse. He walked toward the dwarf.
Hello!
The prince called. The dwarf woke with a start. He banged into the coffin, and it fell to the ground. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Episode 12, A Wedding. The prince rushed toward Star.
Are you okay?
Yes,
Star said.
but
Someone gasped.
Snow White, she's breathing!
Star shouted. The prince looked down. Inside the coffin was a beautiful girl. The prince threw open the coffin's lid. He helped Snow White to her feet.
Thank you, sir.
Snow White said. The prince couldn't stop staring at her. The other dwarfs rushed over.
Hooray!
Dar cried. Gar picked up a piece of apple.
Be careful!
Snow White cried.
That apple is poisoned. It was stuck in my throat. Something knocked it out.
Star blushed.
I knocked the coffin over. It was an accident.
Snow White hugged him.
You saved my life, Star.
The prince was already in love with the young woman.
What happened to you?
He asked. Snow White told him about the queen. The prince dropped to one knee.
That evil woman cannot hurt you now.
He said.
Please, marry me.
The whole kingdom was invited to the wedding. When the queen arrived, She looked around. "Who is the bride?" she said. Then she saw her. "No, not Snow White!" The queen stomped out of the wedding. Soon, she moved to a faraway kingdom. But Snow White and the prince stayed right there and lived happily ever after.
Little Fox.